Hi, so today we're going to do the Santa Claus falling down the chimney, or going down the chimney, or stuck in the chimney. And we're going to do this just step by step together. So we're going to do the background first, mixing two blues and some white. It's supposed to be nighttime, but you know, you have to have 3D to make it more interesting. So a dark color, medium color, light color. Darkest color is dark blue, then a purpley blue, and then white. And we'll just mix them together. So fun. I love mixing colors. And then we'll put his black boots on there, because the black and the blue, if they touch when they're wet, doesn't hurt nothing. But then we'll do the red part. Hopefully the sides will dry, and if they don't, the blue and the red will make a little shadowy color. So good. But then skip this, because it's supposed to be white. This and this is white. And then we'll do our bricks. Then around the bricks, you know, I can't remember what the stuff between bricks is called. Brain freeze. And then we'll do this darker part because it has black in it. And you get black in your paintbrush and it makes everything look a little gray. So we'll do them in order. And this is just me guessing too, because from doing it before, going, which one should I do first? So we got our colors. We got red. And then so bright, and a little bit of brown. It makes a really good shadow, right? Oh, and it's reddish brown, like a brick. And then we have a little bit of black, because you don't need a lot of black, because black is very dark, so you just need a tiny bit, a little bit. And then we have, for the sky, we have dark blue, and then this purple. Oops, come back here. This purpley blue, and some white. Okay, and the white is also for this, his furry cuffs and the snow, and then a little bit of gray for making the stuff that I can't remember. I knew this word before, but I already forgot. It's a gray that goes around the bricks. I know you guys are trying to tell me the word, but I can't hear you. Okay, so we'll do the background first. So we need our big paintbrush. Oh yeah, let's look at our paintbrushes. Big, medium, small, right? Nice big one that smashes nice and big, and doesn't matter what kind of brush it is. And then a medium-sized brush. Just they're the same except for how much paint they can hold, right? This one can hold a whole bunch of paint, and this one less. And then itty bitty one, tiny bit of paint, right? And we'll use our biggest paintbrush that we have first. And the way you outline with paint is that you smash your paintbrush really big like this, and look, but then you only stare at just the hair on the side. So you go smash, but then just the hair. And you push the paintbrush up till it touches the line, and then you don't wiggle. That's for crayons and markers, colored pencils. But you go right, and then you push like this and follow the roller coaster, and a bead of smooth paint comes out the side and makes a perfectly straight line. It looks so good. Oh, my hair's sticking up. Okay, and then we'll put the boots on. So let's find our darkest blue, nighttime blue. Okay. Boop. And just stab it like you're mad. Poke! Like that. And we're just going to outline the boots and the chimney. And then we'll attack the sky. But we go smash, right? And let me get closer so you can see better. Oh, I almost dropped something. There. So we go smash, sneak, sneaking, and then I touch it. Oh, I touched the Sharpie. Ooh, and then all of a sudden I ran out of paint. But there's paint on the other side because you want it nice and thick, so you only have to do it once. Smash, turn your paintbrush over, more paint. And then look, it doesn't last very long, runs out. Just poke your paint again. What? Smash, sneak up, push, and then it runs out. And then I turn my paintbrush over, there's a little blob still. Smash, push, down the chin. Oh, ran out. Poke some more paint. Now you do it. See if you can do it and it'll make complete sense. And remember, I'm not there with you where you're painting, so I'm gonna go too fast. Okay, so you just have to push pause a lot. Because I'm not there, so I don't know when to stop and when to start by watching you. So you're just going to have to control me and stop me and start me when you need me. And if I go too fast, you could rewind and watch it again. So poke your blue paint and keep outlining. Uh-oh, there's a little corner right there. Stick my paintbrush in there. I did it. And then smash, push. Oh, I got a roller coaster. I gotta go around the corner. Ah! Okay. Chicken. Readjust. Turn my paintbrush over. There's more paint. Look how I get my own hand out of my own way. If you go straight ahead, you can't see where the line is. You have to go like that. Smash. A little bit more. A little bit more. And once we have a good outline, we get to decorate the sky. So fun. Smush. Oop, I missed. See, it's all dry right there. Should have been more paint, nice and smooth and thick. There. And then around the boot. Hardest are these little corners, but I did it. I usually paint over there. Oh, another one. Little divot right there. Okay. Remember, I go too fast, I know. Don't be mad. It's because I've done it before, so I don't have to like go slow and think and, oh, you know, I just go. My brain doesn't ask questions or nothing. Just go. If you want, remember where we landed? There's little lumps there. You can drive over the outline to drive your car, but I'm still staring at that one here. I don't want it to go anywhere I don't want it to push. And you're just kind of pushing the paint and flattening it. Comes out so good. Driving my car. Oops, I got it on the boot. I thought I was going slow and careful. There. Fun. Okay, now we're going to get some blue, and we're just going to drop it off in little blobs. So remember, pause me, then start me. You need to stab the dark blue paint. Just put blobs here and there, right? Stab your dark blue. Blobs over here. Like, what is she making me do? I'm going to ruin it a little bit with some white paint. Glob, maybe 2 stabs on this side and 2 stabs on this side. Now we're going to get some white, but don't we need nice pure white for our snow and our fluff? Which means when we get our white, we have to put this dirty paintbrush only in a corner so the rest of it stays clean. So I'm going to select, and I stick it in the same spot every time, so half of my paint stays clean and the other half is meh. But I just go, whoop, look it. Half of my cup is dirty, the other half is clean. So now I have some paint, and I just go blip, 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 blip. Go get some more. Blip, 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 blip. Blip. Now I just scribble it up and down, and you just go slow when you get near the Santa Claus. You just go, oh, and it will mix new color. Oh, it's all dry right here. Right? What if I just get another poke of white paint? Right? And then I push that around. Like white paint is my water. I don't need a lot of white paint. You'll notice it's very slippery. And we'll sneak with our dirty little paintbrush, we'll sneak up closer to our outline, our dark blue outline. But we don't do it yet. We wait until we have everything painted like this. So we're kind of making this color in our paint. Oh, it's dry. A little poke more. I was pushing it wouldn't go. So there. Now a little bit more paint. Look at say. It didn't take very much white paint to shove the dark blue around. And I'm going to paint the very, very edges. I always forget. And they look like white there. Look how scribbly it looks. Now I can smooth it. Smoothing while it's still wet. And then when I get close to my blue, I just slow down and get a little bit closer. And it picks up some of the dark blue paint. Isn't that pretty? Looks darker near where you paint over it because oh, it makes a dark blue rim around everything. Schmear. Just like when we were smashing the color down. when we're driving our car over and just smashing it, here's our chance to just soften it with some of the light blue that happens to be in our paintbrush. Whee! Now you look at this dark blue. And then look at all that interesting texture. Smooth it, slow down. Whoa, I'm getting close to my Santa Claus. There, up and down, 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 up and down. Okay, before it dries, we get our purpley blue. Doesn't that look good with, because how many color values for 3D? Dark, medium, light. Well, dark is dark blue. They didn't get nothing. And then where we got a little bit of white, got a little lighter, but it's still, you got 3D going on just by mixing the color up here. And now get this purpley blue and stab it and drop it off a few places. And this we don't have to mix in all the way because it's so Barbie. We just let it sit there. So you don't have to push as hard. You just kind of smooth it in there and just give it permission to turn to these long, pretty streaks. Woo, 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 woo. Just until you like it. Just some. So it's 3D. And 2D is like, meh, right? 3D, oh, isn't that pretty? These purpley blues look so good. Just crush them in there, but I don't want to erase them, so I just do some. Okay, and then we could put this big, remember, pause me. I went too fast. Of course I did. Forgive me. Because it's not, it's easier for me because I've done it before. So it just makes you faster. You don't have to slow down and think of things. And so forgive yourself for, I'm slow. No, you're not. You're being careful, and that's fine. So now I'm push pause, start me. So now I'm going to get my medium paintbrush, and I'll do the red pants. And just to make sure the blue is just a little bit more dry, just take your little finger and just make sure that wherever his pant next to his pants is dry. See, a little bit wet. I'm flattening it down so much that the paint will dry really fast. Just wipe it on the neck and it'll come off with water. But now I'm going to do his pants. So we're going to need red, of course, a little bit of brown for shadow, dark, medium, light, and then, oops, no, not brown, black, black, and then some white for a little shine. So dark, medium, light. So open your red. There's two kinds of red. Some reds have a little bit of blue in it, so it's a deeper red. I like the fire engine red, it's called, candy apple red, where it's a red with no blue in it. Super like bright, and it's rare. So when I see it, I get excited, like, oh, look how red that is. I don't know. Red's my favorite color. See? Red's my favorite color. So we take the medium paintbrush, it's clean, and the only difference, you use this one, right? So the only difference is she can't hold that much paint, and when we smash her, she's not as big. Perfect, right? So we're gonna do his little pants. So we stab the red paint. But now we're gonna it's like almost like a square, except for the bottom's a little bumpy. And it doesn't have to be straight on the sides, it's wrinkly pants. And we're going to let the red go on top of the blue background a little bit. The red will show up on top, and it will just look like a shadow. And we just outline from the inside of the pants. Before we were on the outside, now we're on the inside. So I go smash, right? Let me go closer so you can see. Snake it up. Oh! And then push. And I ran out of paint, so I turned my paintbrush over. Oh, there was a little bit more, so I'm just stop and get paint smudge. And then get a stab real hard of red paint. Why? Because we're just gonna wipe it off all over the painting anyway. And then smash, then push. Smash. There. See, it's like a square, but I don't really care if the sides are a little wonky because it's wrinkled pants. And then just fill it in. Now that you have a nice good outline, look at, you smushed the paint around. It's okay if it's lumpy. Okay, now we're gonna get a little bit of blick. Okay, so just to warn you, black is the darkest color because they take the little cup of clear gel, right? And then they pour or the bottle, and then they pour some powder of black powder in there, and they stir it up, you know. Well, they keep pouring, so they put a little bit more black powder and more and more. It's so much black powder that you use a tiny bit, and you're like, oh, wow, it just is so thick and so dark. So we just, so we can even get our itty bitty teeny tiny, just put this one down and find teeny tiny just born paintbrush. So it'll help us get a tiny bit black. So we'll get our black. Remember, how much do we get? Tiny bit. Okay. This should be my screenshot. I'm just kidding. Okay, so now I'm gonna get this the black, and just I'm getting it from the side because I think it'll be thinner, and I just go touch, just get some. We can get more, but we just want some, and drop it off on the side. Smear like tiny. Look how skinny. Tiny little smears, and maybe one teeny tiny little smear near the bottom. Anyway, there. That's it. I just put it back. And now I'm going to go back and get my red paintbrush. Hey, it touched my blue paintbrush. Ugh. And now I'm going to smush that black down. And watch this. There's red in this paintbrush, right? Oh, it picks up the black, so keep it on this side. And then touch the black on this side. Don't put it everywhere. The whole thing will turn black. And then smear it along the bottom. And then, now we can clean our paint. Oh, there's black in it. So we clean our paintbrush. And we're just going to give it a squeeze. So just, doesn't matter if your paper towel's open or closed. Just squeeze the paint out of it. And it's still red. But look at all the black came out. That's handy. And fold it over, you know, so it doesn't get on anything. I can still use the rest of that paper towel, but I don't like it. It gets on everything. I don't like it. It'll fall off onto the table, on my pants. Okay. Now I'm going to get my clean red paintbrush and just touch that black a little and tell her to calm down. Shimmery, fuzzy, fuzzy, fuzzy. And just kind of mushing it around. Smushy, 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 smushy. There. Oh, look, I made a little shadow. I don't need it in the middle, just on the sides. Oh, nice. So good. Okay, now I'm going to get, now I'm going to do the other one. Because how many color values do you need for 3D? So do we have red all by herself? Yeah. But we have blackish red now, red by herself, and then we're going to add a little bit of white for a highlight, but not right now. Because the black's still wet, and it will just make gray. So now I'm going to use this paintbrush and stab my red again, and stab, and do the other paint. So I land inside. Look at this ratty edge right there. All I have to do is go smash and cover it up. Thick bead of paint pops out the side. And that's how smooth it is. And then you run out of paint, and you just get more paint. Step! Smush. And then now that I have my nice outline, I'm faster. I know. And then I can't go outside the line unless I act like a crazy person, because I have that nice protection right there. I just scribble that in there. We're going to add black so it doesn't matter. There. And then I want to add a little bit. You just go. And then I want to add a little bit of black. How much black? Who put too much black? Can you put less black? We can paint over it red again if you put too much black, but not right now while it's wet. We'll do it later. And then get your tiny paintbrush, and I'll put my red one down. And back. Oh, so I was literal when I said a speck, huh? You just drop off a little tiny piece out there, and whatever, turn your paintbrush over, whatever's left right there, and then that's all. Watch, it's completely invisible. It's almost a nothing. That's how powerful black is. Because we're going to go back and get our red paintbrush and smoosh it in. And I'll turn into a shadow. Smoosh. Oh, shadow. I don't put it in the middle though. She's already nice. I just clean my paintbrush. No. I just get a paper towel. Hey, that same paper towel, right? 'Cause there's the dirty spot. And I just squeeze it. Now, don't put your red away, but oh, we can put our blues away from our sky. I never said it. But I like that. I don't want them to dry out. So I put the lids on my blue, and it keeps accidents from happening. And my super dark blue. And I guess my white. I don't need that right now. There. Okay. So now we're going to do our bricks. This is not a brick. This big long one. That's the cement top to a chimney. I don't know if you've ever seen one, but these are bricks, right? And the mortar, I want to say mortar, is that the right word? Goes in between, it's like cement glue. and then the bricks. So the bricks are this reddish brown color, and then we'll add a little bit of red, because how many color values do you need for 3D? But we'll go red, and then or this rusty brown, and then add a tiny bit of black, and then add a little bit of red. So the blackest is the darkest, then rusty red is medium, and then a little bit of red for a highlight. I know, so pretty. Okay, so stab your rusty red. I think I'll hold my cup. And oh, I gotta have to go around stuff, but we did it on the legs. You can do this. What if you get some on the mortar? It's all lumpy. You've seen how they make bricks, and bricks it's not perfectly smooth because of all the mortar. So we just go, so much stay inside the brick. Oh, I gotta go on top of the blue a little bit. Oh, the snow. And then scribbly, scribbly, scribbly. We could do 2 bricks at a time, I think. Because, well, the brick is still red. We have to add a tiny bit of black. Just like with the pants. We can't let it dry or it'll just be a red line. I mean a black line. So we'll just do 2. So it can't dry out on us. And then 2 more, then 2 more. So stab your big paint. Your paint. See, it makes more sense. Look how that one was my best one. See how smooth I got that? No, that's because I'm staring at that one hair. I don't stare at the whole paintbrush, and then I just fill it in from a brick, so the texture doesn't matter. And now I'm going to put this paintbrush down so I can get teeny tiny baby paintbrush. And how much black do we need? And we stay really close to the edges. This one wasn't that close, but I go. Scared of black, tiny bit, and drop it off near the edges. I'm gonna go closer so you can see. Boop, de boop, de boop. Oh, that's not near the bottom. I went too fast. You get a tiny piece and you get a tiny piece. I'm trying to. I almost got too much black paint. If you get too much black paint, wipe it off before you put it on here. Okay. And because I've done it, and the whole brick turned black on me. I was like, oh. So here's your rusty red one, and we just mush it down. Smush that black down, smashy smash. Just stay near the edges. She doesn't go in the middle part. Then smushy, 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 smash it. And then, so that's medium is the rusty brown. The black is the darkest. So who's the lightest? Red. Just a little something, something. And you kind of hold your paintbrush like this. You see how the paintbrush looks like a pencil and it's pointy? If you hold it like this, you'll use the side of the paintbrush. So, like smooth it on instead of poke yourself. So you just get some red, right? And then use the side of your paintbrush and put it in the middle-y area. Oh, let me do it up close so you can see. So here's, the sides got black, but here, I just scribble on some red for highlights. Right? It doesn't even, you're not covering up the rusty red. Just add a little bit of red for a little bit of highlight. Because we're painting. We're not doing photorealistic, right? And now we can do this one. Let's do 3. Ooh, right? So, where's my rest? Oh, there. I lost her. So I stab my brown, my rusty brown, I get to do this one. Ooh, a little bit more waggly. The last one was so straight. Then when I went outside the lines, should I cry and go home? No. I'm going to put the mortar, the gray, in between all those. Okay. And I can scribble in the middle because it doesn't have to have a good texture, nice smooth texture. It's a brick. And then maybe these, oh, the bottom. We're going to have to tilt our painting so we can see the bottom. So we can have our paintbrush fall off the page on the bottom. So you're going to have to hold it while you paint. Awkward. You can do it though. So I just go swipe. This only has 3 lines then. And then get more paint and then do these ones. And scribble it in. It's all fluffy and rough. We don't care. What if you go outside the lines? We'll fix it with the gray mortar. Okay. So now, where's my teeny tiny paintbrush? I have 2 tables. I'm supposed to only use one, but I spread out. Okay, now I need a little bit of black. Who used too much black last time? Oh, by the way, this is black when she's dry. Isn't that darker than she was? Wow. Just can't even believe it with it. Okay, now I'm going to get some bleak. And I'm going to put it near the edge. Tiny speck for you. Oh, let me hold it up so you can see. There's no way you can see a tiny speck. So I just go, tiny speck for you. And the side. And near the side. And near the side. And for you. And you. And you. And you. Look, I didn't even have to get more paint. I just turned my paintbrush over. I turned it around, you know, so that I could get some off the side. Now I can go back and just smoosh in that black. Smushy, smushy, smushy. Smushy, smushy, smushy. Just becomes dirt, like a dirty. And then you don't have to be perfect about it. I'm a brick. Right? And now I get some red and hold it like this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Put little streaks of red right in the middle. Like we don't even care because we're a painting. We just go mirror, 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 mirror. Why did I say cat noises? What a weirdo. I don't know. Okay, now I get to 2 more. I know I went too fast. Don't yell at me. You have to pause me. Because I'm all by myself in this room. So, but I have to fall off the page on the bottom right because I don't want it white down here. So I just talk. Sounds like I'm talking to myself when I'm in here. No. Oh. These are going to be tiny specks of black. I only have 2 left. I'm going to touch the side of my cup or maybe even my lid if I have some black in it. So, it could be the smallest I could get. You can have some. You can have some. And I can mush it in. Mushy, mushy. Mushy, 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 there. But it's not cute. It has a little bit of red on it. I don't have to stab my red this time because they're little. I just poke my red. Get some. And then ta 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 ta. Pew pew pew. Noise. Not fun. You're like, wow, looks good. You didn't even try. You were just scribbling. Good job you did. Okay, now we have to do our boots. Oh, we're supposed to do our boots first, so they'll be dry. Okay, that's right. Because we're going to do it with our tiny paintbrush anyway. So I'm going to get my tiny paintbrush. And we just need to outline the boots and then use the side of the paintbrush. You know, kind of smash it and use the side of the paintbrush to make it all black. So we outline our boots and the boots are on top of the... Oh, I'm not scribbling. I'm folding over my paintbrush and pushing my paint. Push. And she's so little, the paint does not last very long. So look how fast. That's all see-through. So you just have to stop, get paint, and get more paint. So annoying. But that's how it is. Because tiny paintbrushes can't hold on to as much paint as the bigger paintbrushes. So just a itty bitty bit annoying. And then once we have a good outline, You just scribble the paint in there and just slow down when you get near the sides. Small wiggles so you don't fall out. You think, oh, I want to use the bigger paintbrushes fast. No, don't. Once you get black on a paintbrush, remember how we already used this one for black? It makes all the colors you use after, because we're not washing our paintbrushes out, because you end up with dirty paint water, and that dirty paint water will fall on the floor or on your pants or some disaster. So I just hate it. Okay, now I have to stare at it because the white of the background tries to peek through. Go back and look. It's like smoothing the paint, because if you put it on too thin some places, then the white part shows through, and you're like, you can't see it until it's dry, and by then you're already done. Okay, and while it's still wet, we'll make some gray. So we gotta clean this itty bitty paintbrush off. I know I went too fast. You just paused me. And clean your paintbrush with a hard pinch. And we'll get a little bit of white. So if some of the white lives, it'll be a glint of a shiny shoe. And if it turns all the way gray, not as shiny. Who cares? And if there's gray and white, 3D. But we don't need very much white. The white will paint over it and make everything white. So let's go back to how we were doing with the black, where you just get a tiny bit. So I'm just going to touch the side of my cup where it's clean. A little scoopy. And near the toe, come here, like a letter C. And on the heel. That's all. Like that. And then you just kind of rub it in, blah, 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 like you don't care. Letter C, letter C. Letter C, letter B, letter B. Ooh, let's put some, I should have done it like this. Letter C across the shoe, across the bottom, right? Now I go, letter C, letter C, letter C, letter C. And look at I made gray. But some of it, I let it stay white for the shine. And then scrub them in. Blah, blah, blah. You see, it makes a little bit of gray. And now your shoe looks shinier. Do you want to try that? Do you want to do that again? You can. Be like, oh, I ruined that. Pause me, and you do it. Now now I could do this boot, and I outline it first. So I'm gonna hold my blick, so I don't have to go back and forth. Step, outline. I think I put the blue over the boot. You see that right there? The shape's wrong. I think I put the blue. So I'm just gonna go straight on top of it. But that's what happens when you use a paintbrush. Outline it real good. Start, stop, get more paint. Start, stop, get more paint. Tiny paintbrush. Beep. Okay. And now that it's, what do we call it? Brain fry. Now that it's outlined, now I can scribble it, but I just don't slow down. Slow. I get near the other black so I don't fall out. I'm using the side of my paintbrush, not the tip. The tip's like a pencil and just take too long. The side is way bigger. And I don't worry about the white peeking through until after I'm done. And then I go back and stare at it real good. Just smear around that blade first. Okay, now I'll check it. And I check the light too. I'm trying to make it shine. The white pieces will shine. Oh, there, see? There and there. Okay. All done. Blick. But look at your two boots. Which boot is cuter? 3D. Boring. Right? So fun. And then my little paper towel. And then I give it a little squeeze. So I can go get some white. But how much white? I like to get it from the lid. Or from the side, because if I stick my paintbrush all the way, whoa, it's too much white, like that tiny bit. See, like my lid only has a little bit, so I can just get a tiny bit. And then it's a straight line on the heel, but a letter B, I need more. The letter B on that side, right? So you scribble it in. Oh, and across the bottom, I forgot. And then I just go letter B, letter B, letter B, letter B, letter B, letter B. Letter B is harder for me than the letter C. And then I'm going to smush it in and make gray. And then up and down to make gray. And on the heel, the bottom of the shoe. But look, I left a little tiny bit of white at the front. I didn't mush it all the way down. If you do mush it all the way down, get a microscopic speck of white and go, let her be. Okay, and then just wipe with our finger to make sure this dries out at the bottom. There. Yay. Okay, now we're gonna do our brick. So we're gonna put a little pieces of black and then do it in gray. But you're just drawing lines with gray. So the black will just get smeared along when we put the gray on it. So you just stab your black and we just drop it off where the mortar goes in between the bricks. Like you can have a piece and maybe you can have a piece. And we just drop them off in little dirty dashes. You can have a piece, you can have, remember when we did it for the sky? Little pieces of dirty little black there. That's all. Because we're gonna ruin it now with the gray. But remember this paintbrush with the red in it? All you have to do is get the red out. So I got a paper towel. I'm gonna squeeze the paint out really hard. Still red. Squeeze again. Oh. And I'm gonna do it until I get, that's still red. Liquid red. So I do it again until I get powder red. One more time. There. That's powdery red. And now let me show you my trick. We're going to wash the paintbrush in paint. So we don't have any water. But you know that gray? I gave you all that gray. And you won't need it all. So we're going to use the gray paint to wash our paintbrush. So I'm going to stab the gray paint all the way down. Get a whole big globule of it. Then put that gray paint in my paper. Oh, I'm going to find a clean spot. Put that gray paint in my paper towel. Pinch it, squeeze, wash machine, wash machine, wash machine, wash machine. The gray is getting the red out for me. And I squeeze. And most of the red came out in there. And my paintbrush is way cleaner. Isn't that fun? I could do pinchy squeeze until I get powder. Yay! It'd be way less red. Oh, that's a dirty paper towel. Now I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, now we're going to get our gray, stab, and we just drive right on top of our brick that we put. And you'll just pick it up and drag it. Stab the gray. Smush. Look at it, I'm leaving white. You know I have to go back over that, huh? Remember, don't put any sticking out anywhere. That's not right. Look at all that white showing. Can I just go in little tiny baby scribbles? You know, it is, oh, that little spot right there is also mortar. But I just scribble a little bit with the tip of my paintbrush and push the gray around so it has a rough texture. Bye, white. You gotta get out of here, white. More pieces of white. Get out of here. So where did that black just got dragged around, right? Smeared, 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 smeared. Nice. Shadow. Okay, now we're going to do, this is a big piece of cement. Cement is great. And then we'll add some black. And the black will be near the bottom of it. So it'll be like a shadow, like a little shelf, little darker shelf underneath the heavy cement. So we just have to outline this little piece that we're going under the snow, right? And so we just stab it, stab our gray, pull, so we can outline. And we just go smush, and a good outline. But, oh, look, so much nicer now because it holds so much paint. And when I ran out of paint, I flip over my paintbrush. Oh my gosh, after using that baby paintbrush, it feels good to use a nice thick paintbrush. It holds more paint. And then fill it in with scribbles side to side. Don't worry about any black coming or red coming through any. We're going to use black. Oh, there's a spot right there. Okay, how much black? A speck. So I'm going to touch the side of my cup even though we're using this paintbrush, this paintbrush will try to pick up a lot of black. So just use the little pearl on the end, right? Okay, and I just drop it off on the bottom. Ew. Okay, that was too little. It was supposed to go across. Okay, I was being okay there. And then I just scribble it and keep it shadowy near the bottom. Just near the bottom. Okay, that was not enough for me. There, okay. It's just dirty gray. Right? But it looks like a flag. Clean gray, dirty gray. Well, how about if we just take the tiny bit and get it, touch the sides. How about if I use just what's left of my paintbrush, this little itty bitty amount, and just go and barely touch up here, and just drop off a tiny bit, tiny bit. And then that's it's dark and medium. Very boring. So how if I'll just touch the white paint from my lid, just get some, and put it near the top, dash. I just need a little bit. There's still a whole bunch of white on my paintbrush. I only needed that much. Should I lick it off? No. Give it down. Give it a pinchy. Extra white come off. And then use the side of your paintbrush and push it a little bit brighter and dirtier and rougher. Nice. I let it be rough like that because I don't care because you'll pick up that black and turn that white gray, right? So just a little bit of scribble so the white can live. Oop, missed the spot right there. Me. I can see I missed the spot. Okay. And now I'm going to put the white on here. But I don't have no clean paintbrushes. What if we use our finger? Okay, no. We'll clean our paintbrush. We'll just give it a good squeeze. Do something like this. It's a lot. Keep doing it till you get powder. Still. Ooh, that's more powdery. There. See my paintbrush? And then all I had left was a little bit of powder. And now I can put the white on his cup. And what if the white fluff, if at the end we go poke, and kind of rough, because it's white fluffy, and we go around the edge and go poke, so it's a little bit pokety, a little bit floofy. I'll show you. But get your white, but not the dirt, not the blue side, but the clean side that we were so careful. And I get a scoop of it and outline it. Letter C, letter B, but it's already white. Yeah, but this will be better. And fill it in. Where'd that dirty little gray come from? Inside your paintbrush, like we planned it. And then get through this one. Fixes any oopsies. And then I'm going to fill it in with some white. Hey, I must have touched some red. Now let's, just what's left on our paintbrush, we can go poke, and rough up the edges. Oh, I don't like it. It's making circles. How about if we go like this, lay our paintbrush down and go me. Not straight ahead. Those will make little circles, but lay it down flat like this. And just let the tip of your paintbrush, go on the boot. Let's show you. I'm going to hold it weird flat like this. Why? Do you see those little ratty edges on the top? That will be, oh, that looks more like fur. Okay. See that? Straight ahead made circles. I didn't like it. Now I can do this way. Just let the tip stick out. She's all rough and bumpy. We don't care. Oh, fluffy means furry. Now let's do this one. Stick out. Upside down. There. And the red that you pick up by accident or any gray is a shadow. Okay, now let's do the snow. So this gray is check it, make sure it's dry along the edge. Mine was a little wet. But just by flattening like that will help it. But this does not have fluffy edges, completely flat edges. So we just go, oh, is my red dry? Oh, my red was not dry. Wipey. That would have made pink snow. I thought for sure it would be dry by now. Oh well. So just go smush, and I let my snow go on top of the red. Oh, it's all thick and thick. Did I give it permission to be that thick? That big thick lump? Can you see it? Oh my god. Yes, I'm snow. Big disgusting lump. Smoosh. Oh, it's all bumpy. It's snow. And then go. And then this is a big blob that hung down. And then, ooh, more pink. Do you have a little bit of gray peeking through from your dirty little paintbrush? Built-in shadow. So don't care. Woo! And then, now put in the snow. Want more white on this one. Then rough up the edge. There. I had too much red in mine. I think my see, honestly, it wasn't all the way dry. Okay, now we're gonna put snow. So we use our biggest paintbrush. She was blue, but we can't use this. Your biggest paintbrush will use her stick to make snow, because it wouldn't be teeny tiny like a star, it'd be snow. And so we just go poke. And it looks like there's a whole bunch of paint on the side, but we don't care. We want nice round pieces straight ahead. And we'll go like this until we run out of paint. Oh! And then we run out of paint, right? It's too little. So then we just get more. But look, it looks like there's some. But this is on the side. It won't make a circle. If you start trying to go like this and tap it like that, they'll make these weird horseshoe marks. Just get more paint, poke, so that it's hanging off the end, like a Hershey's Kiss. Oh, I got it on everything. Snow's falling. Oh, ran out. I can tell. Look at that ugly little one. She's not round. On the snow. On the sides. On the bricks. It's falling. On his boot. Along the edges. And then, so we have different sizes one. Look, there's paint on the outside. But it's nothing on the end. See, it's just nothing. So I can clean that stink off. Now I can use my fingerprint, but the fingerprint, you only put like 5 of them, and they'll be nice and round circles. So you touch your white with your finger, and she'll be nice and round like a stamp, but they'll just be slightly bigger. And we don't need very many, just some. I know it's fun to put them, but too many, and they look, what is wrong? Well, you're having a snowstorm. It's just supposed to be gently snowing. Do you like it? Remember, you pause me. You pause me when I go too fast. I want this to be round. I'll put a little dot on the bottom so it's round. Because my paintbrush has bristles, made the little sharp edge. Good job, you guys. Excellent. Nice job. How many times do you have to pause me? Because I go so fast. Okay, I'll see you. Bye.